Hello, my lovely audience. So this is What If Deku was ScareCrow Part 2. Yeah, I think I said that twice, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm exhausted right now, but anywho, we're gonna do this because you guys are wanting a part really bad, and I gotta get this going because it's an interesting series, and I think all of you will enjoy it. So, yeah, it's first day of school with UA, and Deku, he walks in, and I'd say Bakugo is like, why is he in my class? Shit. Basically, is what's going on in his mind. And Bakugo is not thrilled about this. He's like, this is not gonna be fun. Now, Deku, yes, he is, I would say he's not as skinny, you know? Like, he's a little bit there. Like, he's got some muscle. But yeah, he's, walks in, pretty much everyone's like weirded out because they never saw him in the practical. They think, oh, it's probably a recommendation, etc. And Deku sees Araka because he did trip, I think. I'm tired. But yeah, he says hi, how you doing, and all that. And out of all of it, just everyone's getting a weird vibe from him. Like, there's this weird vibe of like, something's not right about him. We should stay clear of him. So Aizawa comes in because I want to skip all that nauseating crap, I guess. That headache I'm gonna have, explaining how everybody's coming up to him and asking about his quirk and all that. Because let's make it ironic, everybody asks, but then Aizawa comes in, and Aizawa, he brings up the whole test, and everyone goes to the lockers. Everybody sees how weak Deku looks, and I'd say through it all, not going to go into the whole specifics of it all, but I'd say Deku is just above Mineta. And he's got determination, like a lot of determination. Like, he almost got expelled, but he didn't. Like, he was, like, right above, just right above him. Like, had enough points to just get above Mineta. And Mineta gets expelled, so bye-bye, Mineta. Yeah, so Mineta's gone, and Deku, he is, let's see here, I'm just going off the top of my head here. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a part, don't have a plan in mind, just going to go with it as I go along, so, yeah, there's that. So yeah, Deku, so heroes versus villains. It's Deku versus Bakugo, and he has Araka on his team, and this looks terrifying. But yeah, he's got the same gear as this. He's got all of this. You know what I mean? He's got that, and he's also got like let's say these, like he turns a old dial right up here, and that like releases gas around him, kind of as like a little way of fighting back if someone's too close. And Deku, yeah, he has like a mask on and everything. It's kind of like if you ever seen Arkham Asylum's ScareCrow, it's like that mask, I would say, but more like this, because it's got this whole upper part here, and you could just see his mouth, like nothing like this, like right here at the bottom here, but it's more human looking. And yeah, that's basically how it is. And it has like these little gas things on the side here. So yeah, we're gonna go with an Arkham Knight style. He's got the hood and everything. It's basically exactly like this, just he doesn't have this brace here. And yeah, don't worry about that. I like manga. All right, I read it. Anyways, yeah. So Deku's on the hero's side, and even though it should be he's on the villain side, I think it'd make it a little too OP. So Deku, he's walking through the place, and everybody's just weirded out by what he can do. No one knows what he can do. And what Deku does is when he sees Bakugo charges at him full force. And what ends up happening is Deku, he just turns the dial on his chest. Psst, and as soon as Bakugo blows it up, it goes everywhere around him. He gets hit by the gas, and instantly, this is like 0.5% of the gas, and Bakugo is slowly tripping out. He's just seeing like all kinds of things like around him just start crawling up on him, and just it's scaring the crap out of him. So Deku then hits him with the his arm here, this little gauntlet, and injects a huge, like, just a bunch into his whole like body, and instantly, Bakugo's eyes turn orange, and everyone just sees him in total fear, scared, just looking at Deku, looking at everything, exploding the air, exploding above him, exploding the floor, exploding the wall, terrified. And then Deku just says, "Are you afraid? What is it you see? I wonder what it feels like," as he pushes in the needles and injects himself. Deku's eyes go orange for a second, and then quickly go back to green, and he's like, I don't know what you see, but I bet it's beautiful. Instantly, Raka is on the ground, scared because she also inhaled this stuff, and she's scared. She's wiping off roaches. She's wiping off all kinds of stuff, scared out of her mind. And instantly, Deku just he just walks over to the bomb room, and when he walks towards it, there's that door, and he kicks it down, and he has this little cloud burst in his hand, huge amount of the orange gas coming out of it, and it immediately, as he walks into the room, it fills the room. Ida is trying to stay away from it, thinking it's some kind of like lethal gas or some kind of like neuro agent or something that will put him to sleep. But oh boy, it's far worse. When it gets to the point where Ida has to get close, he goes in real fast, but he inhales some of it, and some of it stick onto his hero suit, and instantly he is screaming. Everyone that's watching this is wondering, what kind of quirk is this? All Might is like just thinking on how if All For One had this, I'd be doomed. And Deku, he just touches the bomb and he wins. The aftermath is that Bakugo and Ida and Araka, they're all screaming, they're all panicking, they're all in pure fear. All they can see is Deku, the most terrifying person there. A ScareCrow with either flames coming out of his face, blood, roaches, worms, all kinds of stuff. And just seeing his hands like either melt into blood, or hearing voices cry out to them saying, "Please save me." Bakugo, he's experienced the worst. Ida seeing his brother die in front of him over and over. And finally Araka, she is being consumed by roaches. They all pass out due to shock and all that, and they were quickly taken care of, but they all realized that Deku, his ability it's not just deadly, but it's like pure terrifying. So that's Hero Combat whole thing, and next, UA. Oh, I mean not UA, USJ. Fun. So Deku, he wanted to make some modifications to his hero suit. So what he did was he got some dart guns, basically. Like he's got like a dart gun or whatever, and he shoots this dart gun. It hits people and it basically injects them with like 5% of the toxin. Now 5% is enough to just send someone into like just be purely terrified. Just terrify them enough to like see stuff, to like hear stuff, see stuff. It's fast acting. Like the stronger it is, the faster it's going to pass. That's why Deku injected Bakugo with so much, because it was like more of a concentrated form. Although all of them, everyone is just terrified of Deku. Until like I think Momo, or I would say, let's see here. We got, I would say Shoji or Momo, or probably the like Momo, Shoji, and what's that guy's name? Crap, I can't think of it. But yeah, 3 people from the class come up to him and talk about his quirk, and after they find out it's a mutation quirk and that he just does not fear anything, that's like the side effect, they realize that what his quirk is beyond what they expected. They thought it was going to be like, oh, he can emit gas or something. Now, Deku's got just that, and they just realized how without the gear he'd basically be useless. Besides the fact that he could probably just spit on someone and they'll probably freak out. Now, I'm going to say this real quick. The concentrated dosages, like pure versions, they can last about 5 minutes. While ones that are mixed with like they're watered down, they can go to like hours to maybe a day or two. Like if it's 5% of it, like 5%, it could last about 12 hours maybe. But the effects get like a little bit worse near the end. So that's how it kind of works. So yeah, Deku, Momo's like really interested by the quirks. So is Shoji, whatever how you say his name. But yeah, they're really interested in how his ability works and how it is, and they just love how it is. Like they're just like kind of captivated by how it is. And sooner or later, people actually start, learning more about his quirk because they hear it over there, and yeah, everybody's interested in this. They're thinking, so that's how it is, and you're just really good at chemistry too. And they realize that he's pretty much one of the most smartest people. Oh, and by the way, for the UA exam, Deku got first in the written exam, and they realize who came first. So yeah, but yeah, as a study partner, they like him, but as a quirk-wise, they just fear him. So yeah, when they get to the USJ, you get that speech where like, oh, quirks can also be bad and all that, and everybody realizes, yeah, like Deku, we're wondering how he can be a hero. But yeah, at the same time, they realize that like he could probably take down villains faster than most people. Oh, and besides what Deku has, as well, he has that like an aerosol thing on his other wrist, kind of like if someone gets close, he can turn it on if he hits like his left arm, or yeah, I guess he hits his left arm, or presses a button on his gauntlet, it just emits it. It's kind of be like instead of the stuff where you could like have a little turn in that emits around him, he just he presses something on his gauntlet, and it'll start shooting it out every time he pulls his wrist back. and he could just turn it off whenever. So yeah, that's how it's gonna work for his left hand. His right hand's got the whole wrist thing and all that. So then the portal opens up, villains come out, and oh boy, we're gonna have some fun here. So when the villains come out, and I'm gonna keep it as close as I can to the original. So basically, Kirigiri opens the portals to the kids, and Deku's with Froppy. Now here's the thing. He does go into the water, and the funniest thing happens. When Froppy pulls him out, she doesn't pull him out with her tongue. Actually, no. She doesn't pull him out in general. He swims to the surface, but spits out water. The water so quickly gets contaminated with his spit, and it turns to an orange pigment. Instantly, all the villains are screaming, getting out of the water, and as Deku swims to the shore, he's drenched in water, in his own fear toxin. So what Deku does is he sees that I was having a hard time, and he sees that big guy there. So he thinks that he can get a good cheap shot in and take out one of the guys that are hanging back, like what looks like they're captains, they're lieutenants, the people that are leading this whole thing. So what Deku does, he takes out the dart gun, and he loads it. It's like a tranquilizer gun, and he shoots it. And as soon as he shoots it, it hits Tomura, the guy with the decaying hands, and instantly Tomura is feeling like just seeing all kinds of stuff. He's seeing all, for one, die in front of him. He's seeing all kinds of stuff just happening, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. He's having a breakdown. He's breaking down. Kirigiri is like wondering what's going on. He sees Deku holding the trank gun, and he's reloading it. He then fires another shot, and it goes right into the Nomu. Now the Nomu does have a reaction. The Nomu sees just blood, but here's the thing, it doesn't react. It's basically a robot. So Deku thinks must be some kind of like nullify thing or something. He's thinking, how can this be, really? So Deku just thinks maybe it's got like some kind of healing quirk or something, I don't know. So Deku loads up another one, and he aims it at at Kirigiri. Kirigiri sees this. He teleports the Nomu, himself, and Tomura out of there, because they realize something's not right. This should not happen. So then Deku walks into the middle of the battle. Aizawa gets clear. He gets out of there. He knows what Deku's going to do. And all the villains are surrounding Deku, and he simply takes out his little cloud burst, plugs in some of the fear toxin, and puts it on the ground. Instantly, it emits everywhere. Deku takes out some of the fear gas grenades he's got, throws them all over the place, all around the area of where the villains are, and they start breathing this in. They're like, what's this gonna do? It's doing nothing. Then they see their friends. They see all the other villains. They're all screaming. Everyone is seeing their worst nightmare. They're seeing the death. They're seeing their loved ones, and even just anyone they care about, or even anything that they fear, just go all over them. They're feeling pure fear, and then you hear this. They hear Deku. They hear him say, what do you see? What is it that you fear the most? What do you see? All the villains looking at Deku, scared. They're seeing him grow into this huge thing. They shoot the sky. They punch the sky. They throw all their attacks above them. And then Deku just injects one of the other villains with a huge dosage of the fear toxin. His eyes are bright orange. He's screaming. He's punching his friends. He's hitting everyone. He's knocking people down. All these villains are fighting each other, trying to get out of this nightmare. They're seeing the world crumble around them. Some of them are on the ground screaming, terrified. Deku just laughing. Pure fear. Everyone just seeing the pure fear. Everyone sees Deku just laughing. Froppy still on the boat, just looking at this. Everybody feels the amount of fear that the villains are having, and it is terrifying. Deku, standing there, then walks over to the people who have passed out of fear. He then goes over and turns off the cloudburst, and then takes the grenades. They're still going. Throws them where the portals opened. Well, where the portal opened. And instantly, Deku walks up to Aizawa, and he is happy. He is smiling. He feels great. And Aizawa, he says, honestly, I don't know what that was. Well, I do. Let me start. He says this. He says, I honestly don't know what to say other than what you just did. You should have done that sooner. Whatever you made them see, I don't want to know. I think later on, when you become a hero, you're going to be the symbol of fear. Every villain, and maybe some heroes, will fear you, and you gotta show that you aren't a villain, you are going to be a hero. And that is something that I think you need to do. And it's going to be hard, but you need to find a way to convince people you're a hero. Because this was something else. So, yeah. Deku, he's alright with this, and when the whole thing ends and all the heroes come and All Might comes and he sees that all the villains are already down. He says to Aizawa, did you do this? Haha, did you do this? Or whatever. Aizawa says no. And he explains that Deku did this and what he did, and All Might, just looking at this, is just like, this kid's something else. I'm glad we chose him to just not end us and all that. But yeah, the whole thing, it goes over pretty quickly, and Deku is praised, actually. He is praised by the heroes, saying, whatever you did to these guys, I don't care. It was awesome. You did something amazing. You did what would take us 30 minutes, probably 2 hours, probably into 30 minutes or less. And he's getting a lot of praise. But they're also thinking, like, whatever it was, we need to make this kid on our side. They're afraid of him. All of them are afraid of him. So, yeah, that's the USJ. And I got something special for the sports festival, but I'm not going to do that now. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed part 2. Catch you all later. Peace out. And have a good night and a good day. Good day and good night. Peace out.